2 matches to go. This is the next matchup coming. It's Renegades versus FlyQuest. Very important match for both these two teams. Let's go to the commentary desk with Shogun and Finable Carpet.
Well, we're about to have ourselves a good old-fashioned playoff battle in this one. Whoever can get the win here, they will control their own destiny heading into our final 2 weeks of gameplay.
I got to give it to FlyQuest if they are performing, which we saw against G2. Renegades, even towards the end of their win, still seem to be struggling a lot. And you even saw a couple of tweets from the players. I think Timmy was like, that didn't feel deserved. Like, we got the win, but it sure doesn't feel like it. So I think Renegades knows that they're definitely underperforming to their skill, which is something that FlyQuest should definitely be careful of, because you never want a team to turn on in the middle of a series, all of a sudden click and realize, oh, that's what we were supposed to be doing the whole time, because then you're just going to be super unprepared and get destroyed.
And it's a team that is very capable of having that switch as well. The old Selfless roster, very smart with what they do, very capable, very well experienced when it comes to big matches. So whoever can get the win here, so important for them. And those stats that they brought up, the head-to-head, just proving just how much 1 week of difference makes. Chrome, those stats look atrocious, but in the series against G2, just behind Corrupted, I think Corrupted was the main man, but Chrome had a ludicrously good series for himself.
And a lot of the plays that he did were kind of the off-stat, right? The off-ball plays, whether you go for the demos or you're getting the passing plays or your 50-50s. Him and Corrupted G were just destroying everybody when they came for the contest. They just couldn't handle the amount of momentum they had behind them. They were constantly blocking everything coming their way. So I think that's something for Renegades to be careful of, to understand that FlyQuest will always stay behind that ball, and a lot of good shadowing, which we were talking about earlier as well.
This actually might, stylistically, be a very nice matchup for Dapper to finally start finding his rhythm. If FlyQuest decide to go for those challenges again, have that shadow style of play, if there is any style of player that you want in a challenge, it is a 1v1 master.
It's true.
What's Dapper good at?
I think he's good at 1v1s, right?
He is very good at 1v1s.
Watching him play 1v1s is like watching a ballet. It's insane. He's just so mechanically strong. Every decision he makes is very pointed. He understands how to contest, how to challenge, and he's very good at reading his opponents, but it's very hard to translate that into threes more directly because you don't get that space, right? You don't get the room to breathe. People can challenge you from other angles that are hard to see. So it's very difficult for someone to really bring that play out. I mean, yes, the mechanics do translate nearly directly, but here we go. Looks at the game. Just got started a couple seconds ago, but we haven't missed out on much.
Not at all. You just missed out on a kickoff, which if it was Rogues playing, I would have expected maybe a goal to go in, but we have not. We have got ourselves FlyQuest, and we have got ourselves a struggling Renegade side who have still yet to find their form in this season. Corrupted G, proving to still be one of the most lethal strikers in the league, as he proved earlier on in that series against G2. They'll need him to be just as solid this time around. Also, you see that on the ball, Dapper, player that was still looking to play to his potential. That's going to be a shot straight into the corner. Well covered there by Moses.
And the nice strike as well. There it is, Corrupted, opening up strong, seeing the best shot on that net, and he put it directly to the post.
Pass over to the side of Moses. Good vision there, but no one following up. Going to allow the shot, and Corrupted G threads the needle.
I want to know what custom training packs this guy uses, because whatever it is, he is insane with his strikes.
Oh, every single player from FlyQuest went for that, and every single player on FlyQuest just had to watch as it went past them. Corrupted G continuing his stellar offensive performances in week 2. Week 3, I should say. As Moses puts that shot down, Sad Jr. and Corrupted G both going for it. Both landed somewhat well, so there should not be too much trouble, but Sad Jr. has been pulled out. Timmy as well, also having a very good shooting performance earlier on. Scoring 5 goals in a single game. If he can pull that out yet again, it'd be very good. That's going to be a shot rifling itself off the post. And Dapper tried to get the block, almost went straight into the net, but Moses has the goal covered, tries to go further with it. Well played, not trying to use too much boost. He's actually given himself enough to try and get back at decent speed. Not using it though. Sad Jr. versus Moses. Sad plays it early and couldn't quite catch it again to go for another flick.
He had no boost. He was trying to have it bounce off his roof to get just one more flick, but a little delayed in that jump. Valiant effort.
Ball played up high. There's going to be Dapper taking over early, but it's only been played straight over to Corrupted G. Gets the bounce. No one going to be there for a long time. Timmy gets there eventually, but if you're Renegades, you don't want to be doing that too often. It's now over to the middle. Corrupted G, long clear from him. It's going to go straight over to Timmy. We'll try to find his teammate, and Chrome will shoot onto the open net. Carpet, I have two problems with this.
What's your second problem? Start with your second problem,
okay.
and then go back to the first.
Okay, the second problem is it was an open net.
Oh, what's the first problem?
It was an open net.
Oh.
Now, I realized that was only one problem, but such a big problem, I thought it was worth mentioning twice.
I really messed you up by making you do that, didn't I?
I'm saying it so well.
It worked out, sorry.
Sad Junior now up. He's going to try and set himself up at Carpet. That's what I was trying to do with the joke. Set myself up and score. Sad Junior going to give us a good visual representation of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is just the... Do you go for the player or the ball, right? Does Sad Junior try and read the defensive touch? Or does he trust his teammates are going to be in position to clear that out, and he just goes for the shot on the wild scenario that no one gets there? He went for the shot, and it paid off. Now 3 goals up for FlyQuest.
FlyQuest could have themselves such a useful week, going 2-0. In a week where a lot of people pegged them at a 1-1 at best. So give me an opportunity. There is going to be a shot from Dapper, but straight down to the middle. Corrupted G has that one covered. Timmy keeping that one dangerous, but Chrome is what you want to see from a rotating defender, coming in from the side and pushing it over to the corner, now to the other end of the pitch. 2 minutes still remaining, but Renegades struggling to get anything going against what is looking like a solid FlyQuest rotation.
They've had a couple of times where they can get him caught off guard on defense, really catch them off, but again, there's always that timer. The moment you pull a defender out of net, you are on a you're on bot time. You have seconds to put the next shot on. Oh, speaking of, Dapper from the corner.
This is more than just Dapper in the corner. This is Moses, and it seems to be the NA special today. The bumps on Corrupted G, removing him from the play, and Renegades, they've got 1:50.
That's plenty of time for them.
Moses taking early control of the ball, looking to try and get it off that backboard. Chrome, though, can take control. Nice flick from him. He's actually got it past Timmy as well. Got time to look for a pass. He's got Sad Junior around as well, but I think he chose the worst possible option out of all the ones he had available to him. Moses now off that backboard, but there's going to be nobody around. Renegades need to start pushing up at this point in time. Find some way through. Not going to do that with individual plays. Corrupted G, early tackle. And tell you what, Renegades need to start moving this out. They keep getting caught by FlyQuest in their own defensive end. Waste so much time. Now Timmy gets it almost past one, but Chrome just going to continue back where he was in G2's game. With those tackles, not allowing any plays, he shuts it down.
And a big part of what's helping FlyQuest here is they're constantly turning around at that midfield line and contesting things from angles that they just can't read. Every time you see someone with an okay pass or maybe some kind of dribble at the midfield on the side of Renegades, there is someone from FlyQuest at that midfield line just there to body it and slow the play down.
Here comes Chrome. Gets the body block with that as well. It's going to go off that backboard. Here comes Corrupted G. 4-1, and that could very well be the nail in the coffin.
I mean, this contest right here from Chrome, following that that's as good as you can, to be honest. What are you supposed to do as a defender there? You try and get up, you want to block it. He maybe would have tried to push that to the corner, make sure he contests that to the left side of the ball, knowing that Chrome didn't have control, right? He was just there to be the body. He didn't have control of the ball. He wasn't pushing it anywhere. So you would have maybe wanted to push that to the corner, but either way, amazingly played by Chrome.
When it comes to air dribbles, your ability to defend it is almost entirely based around where you are positioned when the air dribble starts.
Yep.
If you have to turn and get up, you are in an awful situation. It's going to be a bump. Chrome actually lifting it over the top after being bumped, and now he's got to try and chase that ball all the way back. So we head into the final 10 seconds of this game. Renegades, they're going to be the team with all the questions to answer heading into game number 2, because game 1 is going to belong to FlyQuest.
Now, Dapper clearly seems to have gotten his goals in order. Last series we saw him, he got a good amount under his belt, and he's the only one to score for his team this game. So it's not that he's not able to do it. Again, it's just a matter of how their team approaches the situation of striking. And FlyQuest really just, look at the differential right there in shots.
Yes.
I'm not even going to attempt to add them up because I think I'm confident in it, but I don't want to be wrong because there's a good chance that I'm going to be wrong too. FlyQuest right now, just so much control, up by 3 goals by the end of that. It really just seems like this is going to be their series.
It's something that I brought up in the G2 series, which is the main problem for FlyQuest was not that they weren't scoring their shots. They had a great time with that. Their shooting percentage was really, really high. The problem was they weren't getting any shots, which means, obviously, not shooting, not scoring. But now that they're coming in with games like this, and you see games like that one where they're getting 19 shots, that is going to be so good when you've got a team that can shoot that well. It was dangerous. 12-shot difference as well.
I gave you time. I talked a long time so you could, you know, process the adding.
You can see, it looks like I'm looking at him, but I'm actually going.
Yep. 19. That's a lot.
19.
19 to 7. I got that one.
Yeah.
That one's a lot easier.
Difference.
A lot. Don't make me do this.
Anyway, let's head into Manfield, where we are going to be getting in our game number 2 in this series. FlyQuest still looking solid, still riding the momentum that they had earlier on.
I don't know. If anyone that watched Overtime last week, you would have gotten to see the wonderful ways that Axeltoss enjoys viewing our broadcast. And right now he looks quite comfortable from where we are.
He's trying to be comfortable, but he's also keeping himself away from the cameras that can possibly bring it back up next Wednesday. Well played there, Axeltoss. Moses tries to get that one straight into the middle. FlyQuest 1-0 up over the Renegades in a series that could have huge implications heading into our final few weeks of league play, as both these teams effectively fighting it out for that playoff spot. Maybe even able to drag G2 into that spot. We'll see later on. Chrome's got to get there. Times it well. Wants to get the half volley, but he didn't catch it as well as he wanted to. That time he did. Landing straight on the ball. Now Sad Jr. tries to get up there in time. It is the awkward angle, the awkward part of the wall that can be so hard to read at times, almost catching Sad Jr. out. Still all tied at 0-0 as we head into the final few seconds of our opening minute. Timmy going to go off that side wall, but Corrupted G can deal with that pretty well. He's got Sad Jr. to aim for, who takes that ball down just a little bit too heavy on that first touch. FlyQuest have spent the majority of this opening minute in their own half. They cannot seem to work it out. Shot off that backboard. Timmy, that would have been ridiculous if he went and scored it from that angle. Too much work to do. And now finally, mercifully, FlyQuest have got the ball out of their half. Now Chrome is going to be on the back rotation. He's got 3 players charging down at him, one of them being Dapper. Decides to go out. Actually, I really like that from Chrome.
Yeah, he bought a lot of time for his team to come back and support him, and eventually actually got the pass out to let his team stay confident out in that midfield.
There comes Corrupted, gets that one up high. Sad Jr. is going to be uncontested up in the air, gets it for the setup. Here comes Corrupted G, puts that one low. Got to pass to me, but here's the follow-up from Chrome. It is exactly what FlyQuest needed. The shadowing, yet again, working dividend.
That second shot from Corrupted G is just so beautifully slow, and then he bodies out Dapper just to ensure that Chrome can get the shot. Trying to take Chrome's position. You know, they're just swapping it here and there. Sometimes usually Chrome is your bumper, but they confidently can do it no matter who is up. They really do work well together when they are barreling down on someone's defense.
They want to try and convert this game yet again to another win. Sad Jr. wants to get over to the side, but no boost for him and Chrome. It means there's going to be Corrupted G coming in on that 3rd rotation to take the ball away. Opportunities, but another big clear from Renegades. They've done a good job of clearing the ball away. There's Dapper with a big demo. Open net, open goal, and Timmy scores.
So Timmy was potentially going to pass this up to Dapper, and Dapper found himself potentially cherry-picking. So instead, to make use of the fact that he was not in a position to drop back and rotate or in a position to be passed to, he's just going to go for goalie. He's going to give them a taste of their own medicine. He went for goalie, which left Timmy wide open to dribble that in. Well played by the two of them. Tied up now with about 2 minutes and 45 left.
Carpet, when did NA get so physical?
I don't know. You sound scared.
I'm scared of them.
You're scared for EU and
oh, I'm never scared for EU.
Oh, all right.
I've always got this. That is for a different day. That is for a few months down the line. For the time being, it's going to be Dapper looking for the flick over the top. He looks more and more like himself with every single game played. Moses gets off the back. Here comes Dapper. He gets it, and there's going to be 2 players being forced to be used to clear it away, and Timmy's shot will not phase the defensive end. Still 1-1 as we head into the final 2 minutes. Dapper is going to lose that one to Sad Jr., who puts that one straight down. That's going to be awkward to deal with, and Dapper does miss, but nobody on the side of FlyQuest coming in for the shots. Corrupted G with another shot straight into the body of Timmy.
One of the biggest things you'll notice that Renegade feels pressured to is how to clear it. This is probably one of the first times Dapper was up for the pass, but again, too far. They really are struggling to get the 2 touches out into their defense, out into the midfield to try and get the passing plays. And they're always needing to do this, give up possession, and then try and read it.
It does seem like a hit and hope strategy so far from Renegades when it comes to defensive clears. Will need to try and find people a little bit more often. Here's going to be passing play, corrupted to Chrome. And Timmy forced to get a crucial save. Yet again, tries to go for a shot, but this time Corrupted is going to be the player to shut that one down. There comes Chrome over from the side. Looks to try and go for a very difficult passing play. Maybe that's to bounce out a lot more, but ended up just squeezing it between his car and the wall, pushing it over to the side.
Again, you see Dapper needing to clear it away and then try and contest.
Sad Jr. just misses the shot. Timmy's going to have an opportunity to now rotate in. It's Dapper forced up into the air. Timmy can try and follow. The team's got so much better now at making opportunities out of those cleared passes into the side. It's no longer a safe zone that it used to be. Sad Jr. going to have a slight argument with teammates to try to flick it out. Renegade's got an opportunity, but Sad Jr. has stole the middle boost, so that's actually going to put a timer on this offensive play. Here comes the big clear. There we go. They are now out onto the counter attack. Sad Jr. is getting blocked there by Timmy, and Chrome's going to push that one all the way back. Lovely challenge there from him. Yet again, Sad Jr. gets over to the side. Dapper, he's got Corrupted G. He wants to try and play it, but Dapper's going to use as much width as he possibly can. Renegades need to hold on here because they might get themselves completely exhausted of resources. We head into the final few seconds of a regular time. The Corrupted G running into Sad Jr. will make this play so much harder. Corrupted over to Chrome. Chrome, has he got the boost? It's going to be pushed over to the side. There will be no one there for the shot. Carpet, we are in overtime.
Overtime in game number 2. FlyQuest now a single game up in this series. And Renegades trying to get their first win of the RLCS. Or no, second. Whoops, sorry.
Yes. First win of this series. It's going to be very much needed. Sad Jr., this will be a negative angle touch from him. Him and Chrome both committed. And as you can see, that means Corrupted G says absolutely no chance am I going to commit forward for that, especially not in overtime. Timmy looks to go the entire way. Oh, but boy, if there's anyone known for great overtime plays, it is Timmy, avoiding them with some great plays last season at the 0 seconds. It's Chrome now taking control, heading into 40 seconds. Corrupted G can now look for Chrome. Chrome picking that one up. Over to Corrupted G. Can they go for the back? 1-2 play. Couldn't quite make it. But it's the difference. We're seeing it right there. The difference in transition from offense to defense that we see from Renegades. That's going to be an opportunity. Sad Jr. tries to play it through. You see FlyQuest very good at playing it to a teammate, whilst Renegades just boot it and run.
I love that. Corrupted G looking for Chrome in the corner, even though he could have had a nice boomer to one of the corners, but he knew they'd probably get to it. He respected his opponents, and now Dapper having to come out. Can Sad Jr. do it again?
Oh,
Moses!
There's going to be Timmy coming in for the clear up. Sad Jr. feeling himself as a 1v1 player, trying to take on the whole team twice in a row, and he is causing some huge problems to Sad Jr. once again.
The next time
that one up.
The next time he does that, they're going to expect the fake. Chrome with a shot beautifully placed in the corner. That's going to be 2 games for them, a minute and a half into overtime.
Match point for FlyQuest. They are now on the verge of a 2-0 week when they needed it the most. They can go 3 games to 1 if they can do this.
You just can't count Sad Jr. out, man. You just can't do it. Corrupted G was at his first land last season, and Chrome trying to make his. Trying to put themselves higher in the leaderboard to give themselves that delicious seeding going into the finals, if they can, the regional finals. But Renegades now really struggling. A lot of times, you know, I mentioned it in game, they would clear it and then try and contest because they felt like they didn't have any time to slow it down. Especially with the potential dribbling skills from Dapper and Timmy, even Moses at times. You'd think they would slow it down sometimes, but something about the way FlyQuest is contesting, especially with the 50-50s that Chrome and Corrupted keep winning, they don't want to slow it down because then they're just going to be right up in their face. They want to try and gain a little more ground, but it seems to be backfiring because then they can't follow up with a second touch.
You're 100% right with that as well, because every single time those challenges happen, it does mean that FlyQuest are controlling the middle as well. That means they get those 2 boosts. Only takes, at that point you've already got like little pads that you've got around, and you've got the 100 boosts that are near you. We saw right there what happens when resources inevitably just stop. The entire side of Renegades get caught in their own net. They see the shot coming and they look at it and just go, man, if we had some boost right now, this would be great.
Back in my day,
I had loads of boost and ways to save the ball, but unfortunately, they didn't have anything. They need now to start controlling that midfield because that is the main difference between these 2 teams at this point.
Will they be able to turn it around? They are at an opportunity now to try and start this large climb for them, but FlyQuest trying to sweep Renegades while they have the lead in their favor.
This first goal is going to be so telling for the mindset of both of these squads. Dapper gets it past one. He has not got it on target. There'll be no follow-up from the rest of his team, so not allowing them to get that early one-goal lead. FlyQuest want to try and put that pressure on early. Can they keep doing what has been working out so well for them throughout this entire week? Let's have a long clear there from Chrome. Both these teams looking like they want to just play the ball high and long. More of a keep the ball away from our goal than we're going to try and score style of plays.
And already you can see just how deliberate FlyQuest is every time they approach the ball. Every single touch is out to a potential teammate as opposed to just a shot or a threat. They're always shadowing each other when they know they're going to go for 50-50. You saw the moment Sad Jr. was going to get contested, Chrome was following right behind him for the shadow. And
it's starting to happen yet again. FlyQuest controlling the middle. Chrome, though, ended up letting Renegades get away with that. Now going to be an opportunity. Moses just gets battered one back into the corner. Renegades have got their opportunity to try and close down, but Corrupted G with a big challenge. He's also taking one of the middle boosts. Doesn't matter though, Sad Jr. Ooh. Caught that one just a little bit too well, and it's going to go over the top of the goal.
They do still have control right now, and mid-control, as you mentioned. Corrupted G taking that side boost, and the other one just a bit too far from play. Moses wanted to follow that, but knowing he might catch himself too far out of position.
So Dapper try and jump to the side. I think he might have taken that one away from Chrome, actually.
Yeah, he did.
And now is the long dribble for there from Timmy. He tried it last game. He tried it again this one.
Third time's the charm. Next time, maybe?
Maybe, but it does pull himself out of rotation for a very long period of time, and also you use pretty much all your boost for that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a double-edged sword. If you can get him to double commit out of FlyQuest, then it will definitely be worthwhile, but so far FlyQuest have been reacting to that one almost as well as you can possibly hope. Moses now over in that corner. Nice flick over to the side. FlyQuest already on the right-hand side of the goal, so played up to the left, where there was a slight gap. Timmy looking for a big clear. Slight block. Moses will be second best to that ball as well. We're heading into the second half of this game now. Still all tied up at 0-0. More long balls being played. No one really wanting to take the ball onto the ground.
Wow.
And try and control.
Well played by Sad. Really slowing it down, buying his team time to really get into position. And again, you can see Renegades just getting the hard clear to try and follow it up. Really not a lot of intention sometimes when they're pushing it out.
Sad Jr.'s had a very solid series so far. No major mistakes. I think he'll just be happy not to be own goaling it anymore. But a performance like this definitely helps out a lot. Sad Jr. looking for a block there. Here comes Moses. He's got options, but he does not have boost. Now the ball down to the other end. Timmy gonna have to try and play this one smart. That is a setup there for Corrupted G. And eventually rammed into by Dapper. Renegades, they keep playing it very close. There's gonna be a shot from Sad Jr. Almost there, but Moses on the perfect position to clear that away.
A lot of space here. Chrome trying to get there, but Timmy will beat him and start a counterattack of his own.
Here comes Chrome. Opportunity to flick up, but there's going to be an early challenge there from Dapper. Renegades becoming happier and happier to send one player forward, but they do need a shadow there as well. They want to create any sort of opportunity. Timmy, he's got Moses in the middle. He finds Moses. Corrupted G read that play like a book right in the middle of their faces and takes it away. There comes Chrome. He's beat Moses, but Moses with the block. Sometimes being second, pretty much the best thing that can happen for you. There's Moses. Going over to Sad. Both these teams seem to be pretty well prepared on the defensive end. There's your Renegades. This has suddenly got very nerve-wracking for you. There's only a shot on target, but Dapper is there. Almost blocked into the net by Chrome. One goal could be all the difference here.
45 seconds. FlyQuest trying to get the full sweep in the series. They want to end it while they have a chance. Renegades just want to get a little momentum on their side in the series.
And I think both these teams have just figured out the position they are in. Nobody on Renegades moving forward to that ball, despite how long it was available for them. It is the do not make a mistake situation for them. Here comes Timmy, beats out Chrome. Dapper can get there in first, and there is Dapper! Turns it into the net, and what an important goal.
Finally stifling them, finding them all in the corner. Sad Jr. and Corrupted retreating at the same time, turning around at the same time, getting caught in error And Dapper just knowing he needs to place something on target as a threat, and with 16 seconds left, Renegade are looking to take their first game.
It took 4 minutes and 44 seconds for us to break the deadlock, but Renegades, as long as they can hold on to this, will send us into game 4. Dapper has to get there in time. He gets the ball, and then he is clouted by Sad Jr., but he's going to be back on that wall to get another clear. Dapper will be the difference maker. And we are not over yet. We're going to head into game number 4, 2-1 to FlyQuest.
18 seconds. 18 seconds it took them till the last 18 seconds for Renegade to get their first goal in this game. But it was the first goal of the entire game, so both teams playing a lot slower, and you'll see the shots way, way lower than last time. Way, way lower. You can see only 6 shots for FlyQuest and 4 shots for Renegades. I can do numbers that low on the fly. I can do them when they're that low, guys.
Well done.
But, you know, even though they had more control, FlyQuest really did feel like they had more control, but Renegades are able to find the one moment. They're not trying to make 15 moments and then push one in. They're looking for the one, and the moment that they're able to pull them out, then they're seeking that. I mean, I don't know what to say for the rest of the series as far as how these teams are performing. FlyQuest still do seem to be the dominant one. They are making more opportunities, but, I mean, one goal, that's all it takes.
And that, I mean, we can just point to the shots taken on either side as a way of saying, look, this is a completely different style of match that we just saw played. Yep. The fact that we can say that sentence is the biggest thing right now for Renegades, because if it was played like it was before, FlyQuest take it. But now that we're in a much slower scoring series, a series where the ball is being played further across the pitch, that might very well suit Renegades, because that now turns into a one situation. One mistake, one good challenge could be the difference.
And they are the ones that right now seem to be playing well on defense. They know they have to, so I think that's a big thing for them as well. They know needed to make sure they don't make any mistakes, so when they are caught off guard or they're on their own backboard, they're making sure to be consistent with their touches.
So Moses, he didn't get any goals in week 1, but he comes out when it's important this week. There's Chrome, early advantage for him. It's going to be a demo in the background, but it could not mean any less, because Chrome was just sticking that ball to his car, trying to take it the entire length of the pitch. Renegades need to capitalize now on their one win and take this forward if they want to try and force a reverse sweep. Here's Dapper looking so much more confident on this ball, and then he slams into his teammate.
Oh, it almost didn't matter. Timmy's almost too good.
Look at Dapper at this point in time. He's picking boost, turning around, going for the ball,
Another
taking out
demolition.
players. This is a new Dapper we're seeing.
This is angry Dapper.
Corrupted up on that wall. Here comes Dapper yet again. There is no brake button on his car at this point in time. Renegades going all out across this pitch. They are suffocating FlyQuest.
It feels like all 3 players on Renegades just changed their name tags to Dapper.
Timmy up high. Here comes Chrome. It's not a great touch. If Dapper was turned around, he might have had a chance there, but he was still trying to rotate back. Too much work there for Moses to do, but there's going to be Dapper still there. FlyQuest stuck on the run, and it's going to be actually a missed, well, an unintentional touch there from Dapper that ends up taking the ball finally into the Renegades half. Sad Jr., nice side touch from him, but it basically puts it straight back over to Moses. And quite thankfully, you must say there for Renegades, or for FlyQuest, I should say, managed to avoid and not concede during that hurricane, that storm of offensive play that we saw to start off this game.
Yeah, and the biggest thing when you are under that kind of attack is to reset. Essentially, you want to get the ball out just enough to where you guys can settle your positioning and all get enough boost to feel confident in any kind of counterattack. So then at that point, you can actually be a big threat, and you're not panicking on defense. You don't need to worry about who can get it or not.
So once again, Renegades starting to put themselves forward for a long period of offensive play. Sad Jr. picking up one of those back boosts. That's going to be very helpful to FlyQuest if they want to get rid of it. There is going to be the long clear over to Chrome. Now it's going to be Renegade's turn to see if they can play it out, and they've done so pretty easily, making use of those walls and just how difficult it is to try and challenge on them. As a challenger trying to come in, your only choice is up, really, but even then, it takes so much boost just to get there. So midfield, Sad Jr. ends up being second best to Moses, who was looking for Timmy. Second half of this game, and it's looking very much like that first one in terms of score. One goal could be it. Another long ball being played over to Corrupted G, who gets that one set up pretty well. Sad Jr. though, too close to the ball. And it did hit that awkward part of the wall as well, always moving away As Corrupted tries to put that one straight down. Whilst there has been end-to-end gameplay, both teams struggling to really set themselves up for a solid shot on net. Here comes Timmy. Third time might be the charm, and it will be. This time scoring off the air drag.
And the demolition again on net. Just look at how much, like all the bullying from Renegades. This time it was Moses taking Chrome out. And that time the air dribble felt worth it, and it seemed worth it. Essentially, when you're going to air dribble, you're going to most likely get at least over one person. That's why you started it, right? Because you knew that you could beat someone to their double jump aerial, you can carry it over them. But then from there, getting it past someone else is the biggest challenge you'll ever face. But if you can blow them up...
Oh, okay.
All right, or if you can be Dapper.
I like Dapper's strategy here. You can go for really fancy air dribbles, or you can hit the ball really hard.
Corrupted G just narrowly unable to get that save. Putting that into the crossbar, but still in. Now Renegades up too. They really are suffocating FlyQuest. They have a single shot on the board, a single save registered, and they really have yet to make any kind of play out of their positioning.
Right now for Renegades, this is a completely different series for them. And FlyQuest, it just seems like they've forgotten about everything that was working for them earlier on. Unable to get that into play. Here comes Dapper. Both him and Moses over in that corner, but there was no boost over there available, so they both have to rotate back. Another long clear. Dapper will be the final man back. Chrome smashes into him, and if that shot was on target, that could have been very dangerous, but that's very hard to communicate. That's going to be a miss. That's going to be a backflip, and that is going to be a Corrupted G goal.
I mean, the speed of that, 108 kilometers per hour in mine, that's 67 miles per hour. Smashing that in the net right into the corner the moment that was whiffed. He's nuts.
That was savable.
That was savable, but unexpected, I think is probably the best way to put it.
It was definitely unexpected, and I think that's what caused the backflip mistake, is the fact that you are trying to just quickly press the buttons as quickly as possible. Accidentally catching it on the back on the analog stick. Does offer FlyQuest a way back in now. So they'll be trying to avoid at all costs heading into a tie-breaking game. Here's Corrupted G, puts that one straight down. Timmy can't find Moses, but Chrome is going to be there on time. Only one player now in the defense. Chrome puts that one straight down. Sad Jr. looking for Dapper, and it's done enough. Dapper all alone against the Army, and the Army wins.
There is nothing you can do here as Dapper, and there, again, not only did Sad Jr. go for the bump, he could have been there for the pass. Chrome could have easily kept it up if he had enough boost. He could have let it drop. So many opportunities, so many things to do, and Dapper couldn't read them all because he's only one person, and now a tied game.
2-goal lead dropped, 22 seconds remaining, and FlyQuest can end it right here. As was the same with game 3, there is going to be a 1-goal game. Sad Jr. goes for the early shot. 2 players committed, both Moses and Dapper, but Moses also gets a bump on Corrupted G. Final 7 seconds, opportunity. Dapper looking to try and be the difference maker yet again, but he cannot turn it in. Timmy's going to have an opportunity. He flicks that one up, but Sad Jr. should be able to deal with that, puts it straight down.
1 goal could shut Renegades down from this win and give FlyQuest the victory. But Renegades looking to try and surmount a potential reverse sweep against FlyQuest.
Oh, I love that 1-2 play there. Timmy looking to play it long, trying to remove Sad Jr. But Sad had that one covered. He'll have low boost though, but he's got enough. Moses overshot that one. Dapper, 1 touch. 2 really weak touch, but almost managed to pull something out, and he's still going to attack away at Chrome. Now down to the other end of the pitch. Opportunities. Both these teams respecting the potential blocks. You can see they're taking a little bit of extra time now. Sad Jr. shot. That's going to take 1 player out, but Dapper with another big clear. You can see Timmy's already rotating back because he knows he's going to have to try and deal with this. Chrome almost gets there, but Timmy with the save. Another high ball. Moses over into the corner. Got to be wondering how much boost now is left. Timmy sits himself on that boost pad. Don't assume he got it. Corrupted G puts that one down. That's going to be a bad touch from Timmy, but thankfully for him, not into his own net.
2 going for it.
Scrappy from Renegades, but they are still in this match. But so far, this overtime has been all FlyQuest. They look to try and end this series. Timmy now with Renegades' opportunity to move forward. Dapper thinking better of it, wanting to choose the defensive side. Does miss the ball. Sad Jr. is going to leave it for Chrome. Timmy there once again in the way.
Corrupted. Nice contest. Chrome just trying to make sure he can bully it. Don't let them gain any ground what FlyQuest is thinking right now.
Here comes Corrupted G. Does end up missing. It's going to allow an opportunity for Timmy. He's going to go for it yet again. Caused so many trouble. So much trouble with that sort of play. This time Chrome had that red, even pre-jumped it. That's when you know you've done something a little bit too often, is when someone's pre-jumping your air dribble. Corrupted has got the setup. Chrome can move in. He's going to be uncontested. It is all over. FlyQuest wins.
Eventually turning it around, and this first placement from Corrupted G, amazing. Timmy couldn't read it. No one on the backboard, so they knew he couldn't get up for it, and Chrome just following it through. Incredibly played by FlyQuest. This is not the same FlyQuest we saw last week, but this is a FlyQuest, if we see continuing on, is going to give every single team a run for their money. Incredibly played by them. Renegades really seemed to pick it up these last 2 games, and we're so close to taking that last game. Game number 4, overtime, they brought it all the way through. In game number 3, they had so much control, but they just weren't able to keep it up consistently, and FlyQuest will take the series.
I think they just realized something. 5 games is not actually as long as they thought it was.
Yeah.
If that was a best of 7 series, maybe we can see them coming back. But they dropped those first 2 games. They gave themselves too much work to do, and they're going to drop this series. Now it's going to be a real fight for them to try and get themselves into those playoff spots. That is... What a week, though, for FlyQuest.
I mean, this is a massive turnaround for them from week 1. And, I'd mentioned it. I got to speak to Sad Jr. a bit after his games. We were just playing a couple offline, just having some fun. And, he seemed a bit defeated. And he felt like he could do better. And he felt like his team had really put up more for it. He's been putting a lot more grind in this season. So I'm really happy to see it show for him and his squad.
Really has been the season of the grind, working out for every single player there is trying it. You put the work in, you get results out of it. We are going to hand off over here to the analyst desk.
There you go. FlyQuest able to hold it together there against Renegades, and they push their day today to 2-0. Very nicely done from that squad. Renegades losing both matches today, but let's take a look at the Mobile One high-performance replay from that one, as it seemed like Renegades was trying to push it back a little bit, but couldn't figure it out there against FlyQuest.
But the main problem is just don't let Corrupted G shoot. It seemed like no matter what, every time he had a chance for a shot, it was a boomer, and it was on target, and it was really pressuring Renegades. And at first, for a little while, I thought FlyQuest might be getting reverse swept again, because Renegades Game 3 really poured it on.
Yeah, a lot of it had to do with the strong start from FlyQuest, and it just, those 2 games absolutely crucial for them to put them at match point and applying that pressure. You saw the difference in playstyle too. As soon as Game 3 rolled around, both these teams played a lot more passive. It was very defensive. Just nobody willing to make that mistake, and that's what it came down to. The only reason why this Renegades team got that win is because of that. This fast pace, the bumps, the demos, like things completely stopped once they got that advantage. And that could be a problem for FlyQuest later on in the season when it comes down to it. They need to apply that pressure and get that physical play even when they are ahead, because it's only going to snowball their momentum.
But even without the physical play from Chrome, he was getting involved a lot, like with goals and assists, which we don't see as much. We see the OT winner there. The one downside, I think, for FlyQuest, Sad Jr., very quiet throughout the series. Yeah. He had some nice plays, but by the end of it, not enough like offensive creativity from him. Yeah. He needs to pick it up a bit. He only had 1 goal and 1 assist in 4 games, so they get the win, though, and that's all that matters. Then they have a 2-0 week. They're looking strong for a top 6. It's not certain yet. They still have some games to play, but huge week for FlyQuest.
You're shaking your head there, Lawler.
The shaking in like yeah, it's super uncertain. Like, you want to look at this entire season of RLCS is who's top 6. Freaking no. Like, watch the games. It's not. There's no way to tell. The only one that we have that's probably certain is Cloud9.
Yeah,
that's it.
I want to say in that series in particular, it felt like Corrupted G, like he was just winning every 50-50 more or less. Like, it felt like whenever there's a challenge, it's like, oh, Corrupted G is there just a little bit in front. I don't know if y'all caught that at all either.
Yeah, he's been really stepping it up throughout, and it's like every time he has space, it's just like the perfect shot or the perfect pass. So he had,
which is weird because like some of those shots were in the exact middle of the net, and there's 2 defenders, and they're just like, no.
So what does Renegades need to figure out, guys? I had high hopes for them coming into the season. I really did. They had a nice offseason. Timmy's extremely talented, dapper as well. What needs to happen there with Renegades?
But I think sometimes they fall into the trap of Moses playing maybe too passively on defense, where now Dapper is starting to get more involved. So now they have that 2-headed horse up front with Dapper and Timmy. The problem is sometimes they both miss or they force saves, but then there's no one left. Like, Moses is too far back, and that's his normal role. Like, when we used to see him in Season 1 and Season 2, he would play very defensive. He's got to pick it up a little more. During the play-ins, when they qualified, he scored a ton of goals because he was pressuring from that midfield on that 3rd chance, but it seems like they're a little worried at this point. Maybe it is because Dapper and Timmy are just using too much boost when they're going for the offensive play, so Moses can't move up, but they got to figure out something quick.
Yeah, rather than sitting on that back line, bring it to the midfield and apply that pressure. And a lot of that does have to do as well with Timmy and Dapper's playstyle, where they want to re-rotate in rather than allowing Moses to come in. Yep. As long as Moses just applies that initial pressure, it still allows those two to get boost and continue on this constant pressure of rotation that they create. It's just Moses needs to be the one that leads some of those shots, just because it opens up opportunities for the mechanical play of Timmy and Dapper. So.
All right, well, both these teams done for the day. Renegades, they're going to hope to move things around. I have some hot off the press Twitter reactions from everyone from FlyQuest, all within like 10 seconds of each other. Corrupted G tweeted, 2-0, baby, let's go. Great way to bounce back from last week. Sad Jr. said, well, that's one way to come back from last week's disaster. We go 2-0 this week. Let's go. There's a lot of O's on his let's go. And then Chrome said, GG's Renegades, good series, short and to the point. So FlyQuest has got to be feeling happy about that. Taking out Renegades in a pretty nice fashion, 3-1, which means we have one more match to go on the broadcast today. It's one a lot of people have been waiting for. It's G2 going up against Cloud9. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching twitch.tv/Rocket League, our final match of the day, a best of 5 between G2 and Cloud9 coming up.